I think the big move will really transform the way people get around our region. There will be significant benefits across a wide range of different measures, but really the way I like to think about it is, we will have a cleaner environment. We'll have made a real contribution to reducing greenhouse gases across our whole city region. We'll have a more prosperous, more competitive region. The plan will create thousands and thousands of jobs. We'll have a more competitive economy. And finally, probably most importantly, we'll have a better quality of life. People will be able to get to where they need to go easier, and they'll be able to get home on time for dinner. Well, we followed a very open and transparent process from day one, and so about a year ago we started releasing green papers, and then we transitioned into white papers and draft RTP and an RTP. The point is that we allowed people to follow the state of our thinking the whole process through. And I think as a result, we had a plan that was very much influenced by public input throughout. But even just in the last round of public input, we heard lots of different things from folks about how we could make our plan more practical, more doable. And we've changed our plan, the final plan, to reflect those recommendations. One tangible piece of advice we got was that Union Station needed to have a much greater focus than it had, and that's something we did in our plan. We made it one of our big moves and a real area of focus. So I'd have to say that the public consultation process was very valuable for us. Last summer the Premier made a $11.5 billion commitment to rapid transit across this region. And we've decided to take that money and to also make an ask to the federal government for an additional $6 billion and use that to really get the plan rolling and to get started. Those funds, those commitments from the province, $11.5 billion, a historic commitment, will be sufficient to carry our plan through the first 7 years. If the federal government comes on side, and I expect that they will, that will last us another 3 years. So we have funding for the first 10 years of our plan figured out. But before that 10 years is up, we know we're going to have to go and start another discussion about how to fund the later years of the plan. So our work isn't finished, but we think we're off to a very good start. Well, our board has authorized 2 projects from the Regional Transportation Plan to proceed immediately. And those are the Shepherd LRT, as well as York's Viva Highway 7 project. Those projects have a state of readiness that will allow them to proceed next year, and we're off to the races on those too. We'll be back next summer to outline our prioritization of the remaining top 15 projects within the RTP, and we'll identify how those can proceed over the first 5 years of our plan. Well, from my perspective, this is a great time for us to get going on infrastructure. We'll never get better construction prices than we will during an economic downturn, but probably more significantly, this will really create hundreds of thousands of jobs across the whole of the region. And it'll set our economy up for when we get through this rough patch for prosperity and competitiveness on an international scale.